Part 4, Line Graphs. You will find this on page 282 in the Namibian Mathematics Grade 8 textbook, Y equals mx plus c to success. Line graphs. When a set of data varies with time, we usually use a line graph to observe a rising or falling trend. In a line graph, the data is usually plotted against time. We plot the points on graph paper, and adjacent data points are joined with line segments, straight line segments. The following table shows the population of Namibia, correct to the nearest one decimal place, from 1980 to 2010. 1 million, 1.2, 1.4, 1.7, 1.9, 2 million, 2.2. Okay, so it doubled. A little bit more than doubled. There it already doubled. Now, plot the points on graph paper. So there's the population and there's the years. There's the timeline. So, and then based on the graph, estimate the population Namibia in 2015. So if I just go on, I just extend that line, and there it will be, and it looks like it will be 2.5 million people in Namibia. Okay. I want you to do, and try to do it on graph paper. I'm just struggling with graph paper on this system. So I'm going to do it on a grid, but it's more accurate if you do it on graph paper. Okay, first do it, and then as soon as you are finished, you can continue with the video. So it's try now 4. Now, the following table shows the rubber consumption of the automobile and industry in the country from March to July of a particular year. Okay, so it's in thousands, so there's the years, again the timeline. So draw a line graph to represent the data. Choose a horizontal scale of 2 centimeters to represent each month. And a vertical scale of 1 centimeter to represent 50,000 tons. Okay, so remember, try to do it on graph paper. Just going to do it on this grid, which will just give you an idea. Okay, so if I just going to do it here, I think it's enough like this. And I'm just going to draw my scale here. Now remember, this is, let's take this as 1, so there will be 5 small blocks on graph paper. So if this, we can say the month. The title again is the rubber consumption. Okay, and then we can call this the consumption. Okay, let's just write it a little bit nice. And this is in tons. Remember to write the unit. Okay, so it will be 50,000 tons. So every centimeter, okay, now I'm just going to struggle a little bit with the scale here. Let's see if we can move it a little bit. Just moving this to fit there. Then I can clean this. Yes, it's going to work now. Okay, so this 0. This is 50. Let's just get another color. Okay, let's take this 0. This is 50,000. And this is 100,000. And this is going to be 150,000. And this is going to be 2,000. And this is going to be 250,000. Okay, it's just up to here. Okay, and then 2 months, so 2 centimeter, and then we can make this March. And then again 2 centimeter, and we can call it April. And then again 2 centimeter, and we're going to call it May. And then again 2 centimeter, and we're going to call it June. Then 2 centimeter, and we're going to call it July. Okay, and now I'm just going to mark it. So okay, let's take another color. So let's March. In March, it was 170. Now this is why graph paper works far better. So it's 150. So 170 will be So so 5 blocks. So remember, one small block is 10,000. So from there, it will be 2 small blocks, not 3, there. But do it on graph paper. Then the next one, it's a little bit higher than 150, so it's just a half block higher. And then in May, May is nice, 200, so we can have a nice one there. Okay. And then 140, so it's one block lower than 150 on graph paper. And then the last one in July, what was the amount? 110. So it's one block up from that 110. And then remember, just take a ruler and just combine that points. And there is your graph. And then they asked you, in which month was the rubber consumption the lowest? So look, there is the lowest. So that will be the month of July. So we can just write here, number B, lowest into, let's just get the pen correct. Lowest in July. And then number C, calculate the percentage increase in the rubber consumption from April to May. From April to May, this two. So we're first going to find the difference. So percentage increase, can you still remember? Percentage increase. We're first going to get the difference, and the difference between that is 200,000 minus 155,000, and put it over the original, the first one, and that will be 155,000. To make it percentage, we multiply with 100%. Okay, let's just have to move up, otherwise we cannot see nicely. And then my final answer will be 20. They said 1 decimal place, so make it 0.0%. That's correct, to 1 decimal place. Okay. Let's end this by saying the advantages and disadvantages of line graphs. The advantage, we can observe the trend of movement of data. So we can use a line graph to forecast certain future data values. So we can present a pattern here. Okay. Disadvantage, although intermediate values between the plotting points can be easily obtained, these intermediate values might not be meaningful. Multiple lines on the graph, especially unrelated, can be confusing. It's also not to say that, say for example, that value between this line is accurate. That's accurate, that's accurate, that. And we just make we're just going to make a prediction on that by drawing that line. But it's not to say that that values will be accurate.